Hey cuties, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I kind of forget to say that, but I have another grocery haul today. I've really enjoyed doing this, and I have fun giving you guys some meal ideas. Most of this is low carb and very healthy, so I am going to go item by item. I hope you stick around and enjoy. Life is a one. I think we'll start over here with produce. As you can see, there's quite a bit of produce. So I always just buy the lettuce, the romaine hearts for the most part. As you might have seen in another video, sometimes I'll get spring mix or like butter lettuce, but for the most part I like this. It lasts long in my refrigerator. And I like the taste of it. It's perfect. Over here are some mushrooms. These little cherry tomatoes, they're so good. I like to put this on my avocado toast or sometimes just alongside my eggs. And some Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts. My husband loves them. I just kind of forget about them. So I decided to order some this time. And what I'm actually making for dinner tonight, I'm going to use the mushrooms, the Brussels sprouts, and you'll see when we get to the meat, I have some boneless pork loin chops, and I'm going to cook those up. The mushrooms, I'm going to kind of make a little sauce with them over the pork chops, and the Brussels sprouts, I'm either going to roast them or put them in the pan and make them nice and crispy. So it's going to be delicious. Okay, let's swing over here. And what I have here are some bell peppers. Not the biggest fan of green. Always I buy red, yellow, orange, but I just felt like having some green pepper. And what I do with the green pepper and the red pepper, for that matter, is I'm going to actually chop them all up. As I've shown in other videos, I put them in mason jars and I use them on my egg white omelets. And I also do that, I'll do that with one of the zucchini. And the other zucchini is actually going to go with this eggplant. And I'm going to make my Greek platter, which I have a video showing that. And of course, an English cucumber. I eat a lot of cucumbers for salads, snacks. I love them. And I love the English cucumbers because I don't have to peel them. And they're kind of crispier, I think, than just a regular cucumber. And next is some kale. I am one of those weird people who loves kale. I make a kind of chicken sausage, cannellini bean kale dish that's absolutely delicious. I have to see if I did a video on that, but it's so good. And we're gonna have that one night this week. Then I bought some carrots, and I don't normally get the organic ones because this was a grocery delivery. They must have substituted what I asked for, which is fine, but I find these very pricey, and I'm gonna peel the skin off anyway. And then just some green onion. That's what, I just like to have it on hand. I use it in a lot of Asian dishes that I make, or sometimes just as a garnish on any dish, really. And then what else do we have? Oh, 2 potatoes. And with the carrots, I'm going to be making some beef stew in the crock pot this week. Granted, not the lowest carb meal, but that will be my 1 carb for the day. And I just felt like having some bananas. My husband loves them too. And these look pretty good. I like them perfectly yellow. As soon as they start getting a little too brown, not a fan, but we'll put them in the freezer if they get to that point, and my husband will use them for smoothies. And coming back here, I just have 2 avocado, of course, for avocado toast. Sometimes I put them over my egg whites. These are like rocks. So what I'm gonna do is I'll put one in the fridge, and then I'll put one in a paper bag for a couple days, and it will be perfect. So that'll be good. And here is just some shredded reduced fat cheese, sharp cheddar. That I like for my egg white omelets. Or if I do salads, sometimes I'll have that over the salad. So nothing extraordinary. Then we come to all of the dairy. Let's start with the Chobani creamer. Oh my God, this stuff is so good. Again, not the lowest carb item. I have 1 cup of coffee a day, and that's what I use in my coffee. And 2 tablespoons is 60 calories, but it's so good. And then my little, my cheat that I can't give up, my hazelnut creamer. I know it's not good for you. I guess it's made with oil, but it's so good. And I gave it up for a little while, but I'm back to it. Again, I just have 1 cup a day. I don't use it every day. Sometimes I have a Celsius drink, or I use the Chobani creamer. So there you go. Next is a carton of egg whites. That's what I like to use. It's so convenient, so quick. I've showed probably hundreds of times in my what I eat in a day, my egg white omelets, and I make different ones all the time. Next, this is a new item for me, the Zero Sugar Ready Whip. I like to just have this on hand, just a couple squirts on, I don't know, anything really. Sugar-free Jello, sugar-free pudding, all kinds of stuff. Sometimes I just cut up strawberries and have the Ready Whip on it, so that'll be good. Let's see what the calories are on this. So 2 tablespoons is only 15 calories. So that's really good. And it says keto friendly, I think, yeah. So that's good. Then moving down here, I love this Siggy yogurt. It's got a lot of protein. There's 16 grams of protein in 1 container. It's my most favorite yogurt. It is a little bit high in calories, I believe. Yeah, 110, which is a lot, but it has a lot of protein, like I said. Probably has sugar. I use it more of as a dessert. Sometimes I even only have half the container, but it's so, so good. And speaking of good, here's some Good Culture cottage cheese. People are talking about this all over the internet. I did buy a container one of the last times I did a grocery haul, and unfortunately it went bad before I was able to try it. So this time I bought a smaller container. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to eat it soon so it doesn't go bad. And of course, have to have the Daisy Light sour cream. I use this mostly on my egg white omelets when I make sort of like a Mexican flavor omelet. So I always have to have this. And this lasts a long time in the fridge. I, of course, only use 2 tablespoons at a time. Let's see the calories on here. Yeah, so 2 tablespoons is 35. I don't really find a difference with regular sour cream. My husband even eats it and doesn't know the difference. Well, I mean, he knows, but he doesn't mind it, I should say. So I am going to flip over to the other side of the island and show you what else I have. Okay, so we have some frozen items. My favorite broccoli, the baby broccoli. I find that you actually get less stalks when you buy the baby broccoli. So I'm excited about that. I always have that in my freezer. It's just a really quick side dish when I can't think of what else. Sometimes I just steam it, put a little salt and pepper and lemon juice, and it's delicious. And over here, here's another item I really never buy. I don't love corn. My husband really likes it, but it is nice to have something a little different once in a while. So I thought I'd just buy a bag to have on hand in the freezer. And then back up over here, I have shown this before. This is a frozen meal, as you can see, and it's chicken, vegetable, and stir fry. There's 200 calories in this. It's only the vegetables and the chicken, and there's a little bit of sauce at the bottom. So I like to have these, and actually I went to work for a couple weeks. I am retired, and I went to work just for a couple of weeks to fill in, and I use these as my meal, my lunch. It's not too filling. so I don't feel kind of bogged down with too much food in the middle of the day. So it's perfect just to have. I mean, sometimes these are in my freezer for a couple of weeks before I use them. So, and another favorite of mine, which they haven't had in a while, I like the Morningstar veggie sausage patties. They're good. I mean, they taste better to me than regular sausage because they're not too strong in flavor. One patty is 80 calories, and I'll either put that next to my eggs if I make like an egg sandwich or my egg white. So that's good to have. And then I bought some bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. Another thing I very rarely buy. I usually buy the skinless, boneless. But I wanted to make a nice dinner for us with some crispy skin. And of course, I'll count the calories for the skin. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna have with that. I haven't decided yet. But that'll be a meal this week. And here is the pork loin chops that I talked about. So I'm gonna have that with the mushrooms. I'm gonna make a little mushroom sort of sauce. And I'll just season these up and cook them in the pan. I see they're pretty thin. I didn't want the thin ones, but sometimes that's what you get when you order online, and it's fine. They'll taste delicious. I'll just try not to overcook them, and I'll serve that with the Brussels sprouts. Oh, and applesauce, which is coming up in a minute. And these are the sweet Italian chicken sausage. These aren't my favorite. I like them, but they're not my favorite. I actually like the Shady Brook Farms Italian sausage. I believe that's turkey. It's like impossible to find, but that is my favorite. This would be my second, I guess. So I'll make this with the kale and some cannellini beans. It's gonna be so good. And again, another new item. I really went out on a limb today. I ordered some flank steak, and I thought that I would season this up really well, grill it, thinly slice it, and serve it along either a Greek or Caesar salad for dinner. I think that would be amazing. I don't often buy flank steak, especially this time of year because you can't go outside and grill, but I have a little indoor grill, it's not really a skillet. It's part of my oven. It goes in the middle of the oven. So I think that will be delicious. Nice low carb. And here is the beef cubes for the beef stew. I don't mind getting these already pre-done. Are they expensive? Probably. It's just easy. Then I can dump everything in the crock pot. I don't even brown my meat, which I know some people probably freak out, but I like to just stick it all in the crock pot, let it cook for 6 to 8 hours, and it's dinner. And I put extra carrots in. That's my favorite part. So that's another dinner. And then I just bought some Shady Brook Farms, my favorite, ground turkey. I like to have this in the freezer. If I can't think of anything else to make for dinner, I will make a turkey meatloaf. I still use Oprah Winfrey's turkey meatloaf. Still one of our favorites. I mean, even over beef meatloaf, it's so good. It's labor intensive. You have to make a separate sauce and you have to chop up a lot of vegetables, but it's totally worth it. So when we're kind of craving meatloaf, that's what I'll make. So I'll have this in my freezer. And then we'll jump over to some drinks. So if you watch any of my What I Eat in a Day videos, you know that I enjoy Celsius drinks once in a while. And I have never tried the peach vibe or the watermelon. I usually get the ones at Costco, which don't include these flavors, but I wanted to give them a try. I believe they were on sale with my store, so I picked up 2 of each. And then over here, oh, another of my favorite. They haven't had it in a while. I even looked at Target. I looked in the regular grocery store. They didn't have it. This is the Cedars Tzatziki. I could just eat this by the spoonful, but it goes great with my Greek platter if I don't make my own tzatziki. So this is really low in calories too. Let's get to the calories. Yeah, so it is 35 calories for 2 tablespoons, and it's really good. I did try the Target brand, whatever their brand name is. And it was pretty good. Not as good as this. It didn't have any cucumbers in it, but the flavor was okay. I would use that in a pinch if I couldn't find this one or make my own. And just some feta cheese. Last time I bought the reduced fat, it went bad so quickly. I was shocked. I thought it would last long. It was in a container that was sealed. So I opted for just the regular feta, and I'll put this in a nice airtight container in my fridge. So we'll use that with the tzatziki in my Greek meal. Then over here, the staple for this house, for my husband's lunches, is just some, well, we call them cold cuts. Some people call them deli meat. There's just some boar's head ham, Swiss cheese, and turkey. You see, a pound of each. And that will last him probably over a week. And he likes to make wraps. He'll put some sliced tomato, mustard, mayonnaise. And once in a while, I have made a salad. I'm sure I showed you guys that, where it's like a sub salad and I add some turkey pepperoni to it. Absolutely delicious. And over here are just some beans. And the cannellini beans are for that kale and sausage dish. I just need 1 can. Those, by the way, they're just so mild, those beans. One of my probably top favorite. I do enjoy kidney beans and all the others, but that's my top favorite. And then some chickpeas. And the reason I have 2 is I'm going to make more of the red pepper hummus. I believe I have a video with that. If I do, I will link it below. And last time I have the recipe, and friends and family were not so happy that they didn't get any. So I'm gonna make the full batch. It makes quite a bit. And of course, because there's no preservatives, it doesn't last very long. So I'll be sharing that this time. And it's so, so good. And then I have some sugar-free strawberry Jello. And if you watched my short, I made like a fluff dessert with the yogurt, the fudgy yogurt, and some of this Jello. Oh my goodness. I gave most of it to my mom, but I'm gonna make another batch of that. Really, really good. I think there's like 30 calories in the whole thing for quite a big serving because it's so fluffy. And then I just have my favorite Mott's no sugar added applesauce. And that'll be tonight's dinner with the pork chops and the, all that stuff, Brussels sprouts and the mushrooms. And then not a low carb item. Again, brown rice is much healthier than white rice. And these I keep in my pantry for just in case. The brown rice and wild rice is so delicious. They are very high in calories and carbs, of course, but if I use that as my 1 carb for the day, I'm good. And then I have some chicken stock. Normally we buy the one from Costco, but we ran out and I need that for the kale and sausage dish. That was a tongue twister. And I think this is the last item. I just had to restock on some light Italian wishbone dressing. And as I mentioned before, I normally make my own dressing, but you know, you have those days where you got to cut up all the lettuce and all that. The last thing you want to do is make dressing, especially if you have to go to work. So this is kind of my go-to. So yeah, nothing special there, but this was quite a haul. So I hope you got some meal ideas out of this. This is, like I said, so much fun. I really enjoy this. So if you like this content, or if you enjoy what I eat in a day videos, or even cook with me, although I haven't done any kind of recently, but I will definitely get back into that. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. And have a great day, everybody.